Well, the first band takes the stage in 36 days for Riot Fest. And just yesterday, organizers and the Chicago Park District surprised a lot of people, announcing it is moving back to Douglas Park for the September festival. And joining us now to talk about the change in venue and the festival is founder Riot Mike Patrician. Thanks for coming in. And a little bit of a festival whiplash going on here, right?
It certainly, if somebody would have came to me in January and saying, you're going to leave Chicago and go to Bridgeview and then come back in the same year, I don't think I would have taken that ride.
I mean, that speaks, I mean, what is it like just to sort of manage all the acts and everything that is associated with such a big festival?
When we let the artists know, it was overwhelming, like welcome back home. Like how they view Riot Fest is that we're ingrained to the culture of Chicago, especially in the arts and the music. And they were so happy for us. There was, no like congratulations, Mike, you deserve to be back home. It was amazing.
A lot of people, I think, would want to be the fly on the wall in that conversation. Alderperson Monique Scott was a big driver to bring it back to Douglas Park. What was it that she offered, or what was in the discussions that really kind of made you sway back to be able to come back to Douglas Park?
Everybody, it was really simply started with the conversation. For the first time ever, we had an administration that she reached out to us. It was the first, and we never asked to have conversations, but Mayor Johnson reached out to have a conversation, and I had no expectations, but sometime during that conversation, I was talking to somebody who's extremely authentic and had a commitment to the independent arts and music and the culture created in Chicago. He understood it because it's really directly related to community too. And it just was an instant bond. It was no different than meeting somebody at a bar during a Bears game, and it was just instantaneous. There was no titles or anything. It was, I know in today's time and stuff, it was such a rare occurrence that it was definitely a moment I'll never forget. And because of that, and it wasn't talking about us coming back or anything like that, we talked about important things. And the fest was almost secondary. But in that, there was a seed planted. And Monique Scott, I adore her. Everybody knows this. She is, in many ways, I've said this before, the mother Chicago needs. She is a passionate, wonderful person, and to have both of them value Riot Fest, why wouldn't I come back home?
For every supporter, right? There are 2 and 3 sides to every story. You have your fans, but you also have your critics in the neighborhood who've been, who have a lot to say about it in terms of the negative impact that any big festival like this, when you have that many people coming. How have you tried to, be different in the way you're making a connection with those folks who like, I can't believe we thought we had a victory, now it's coming back, and we're going to deal with this all over again?
Bottom line, it's about people and bringing people together. Now, you're going to have people in the community who don't want the festival there, and it's really a scale of utility of what it brings to the neighborhood, the job opportunities. And when we even left Bridgeview, we never left North Lawndale. We were still doing community events and activations, and that's our home. We'll always have critics, and we have hundreds of community meetings with these critics, and I respect them tremendously. They're passionate just as much as I am, and we care about the same things. A lot of the stuff that was directed towards us, in many of ways, was discontent that the money's being put into the parks wasn't going to that park. Well, that changed. That's a new thing this year. We're back, and our venue rent as to the Park District, 10% is going right there. That's a start.
And that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Just let's talk final, the business of the festival. All the people who have tickets that, we're going to be in Douglas Park and then going to Bridgeview, to SeatGeek Stadium, what do they need to know about how this is all going to kind of work out?
We have it all laid out in FAQs and stuff like that. Even, people who booked rooms in Bridgeview and all that, we have shuttling services, so We're making it as easy as possible. And there's incentive stuff too. Just go to our website. It's all there. Our fans are the soul of this. And to do a move like that was one of the two moves in a way. But what it does is it secures our future in the city we love. And I'm so, like, people can ask me, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I haven't smiled this much in a long time.
You've got 36 days.
Yeah, it's going to be,
right?
I mean, it's going to be a memorable 36 days.
Right, Mike, thank you so much. If you would like more details and information about the tickets, you can head to riotfest.org. Appreciate talking with you. Thanks a lot.
It was great meeting you.
All right, take care.